Hello everyone, this is Lori from Grammy's Keepsakes with part 3, finishing up our trifold TN journal. And I have the book plate finished up. I have journal stamped on cardstock and then layered on some printed cardstock, and then I have it glued to some canvas. And so now we just have to glue it onto our cover. And I'm using Fabri-Tac. It adheres the canvas to the paper the best. Okay, and center it on the front. Make sure it's as straight as I can get it. Press it down. Okay, now we're going to do the seam binding tie, and I'm going to crinkle it and dye it. But first, to get the length, I'm just going to wrap it around 3 times and leave enough for a bow and cut the excess off. And I use Hug Snug seam binding, and I get it in this huge roll, and I go through several of these rolls, but they last a good long time, and they're very reasonable. So we're going to move that, and then I'm going to get a transparency here. I like to do my coloring and inking on that. And you start by just kind of crinkling it up in a wad right now while we get it ready. And the colors I'm going to use are the Tim Holtz Distress Ink. This one's peeled paint, and I just stamp the pad onto the transparency, and then I'm going to use some scattered straw. We're going to start with that, and then I have a mini mister, and I'm going to spray water on these and drop it in and mop it up. And I try to customize the seam binding for each of the journals that I've been making so that they will coordinate with the designer cardstock. Okay, there's quite a bit of the green in there, so let's get some more yellow. And let's put some sponge sugar in it too. And give it a spray. And mop it up. Okay, I still have some white pieces of seam binding, so I'm going to put a little bit more. Let's use some more of the sponge sugar. It's a really light pink. and some more of the yellow, which is a scattered straw. And here where you can see with the white underneath, there's a little bit on there. Spray it with the water again and mop it up. And the pink isn't really showing like I anticipated it, so we'll try a little bit darker color. I just have to find it. I have a stack of the little minis of the Distress inks. There it is. Picked Raspberry. We'll give that a try. And if I don't like it, it's just seam binding. Can try another color again later. Oh, that's better. Wiping up the excess water. Let's put a little bit more pink in it. I always have to be careful where the nozzle is. I've sprayed myself in the face so many times that it's kind of a shock when that cold water hits you. Okay, and it's getting a little pink here and there, and it's toning down that green, which is what I want. And I don't want it to get too muddy, so go ahead and wipe this off. And I'm going to crinkle it up, hold on to it, hold those wrinkles into it. Move the transparency aside to dry. Don't want that cardstock anymore. And I'm going to use my heat gun. It's going to get a little loud, but that's what I use to dry it up. So here we go. It's turning into a nice golden color. We'll turn that off. It's pretty dry. It's actually good. And let's see how it looks on our journal. Just wrap it around 3 times. And tie it in a bow. Cut off at an angle on the ends. And there we have it. That matches pretty good, doesn't it? And I want to thank you for playing with me. I'm hoping that you got to make one along with me. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a great day.